If you're a California landlord with 2 or more residential units, you need to know about new law AB 2801. This law addresses photography now required when you lease out a property and when that tenant leaves. So let's get into the details. Many landlords are already complying with the requirements of AB 2801 in their normal practice, though most, in our experience, are not. So let's talk about what we're already doing and what's going to be required going forward. Currently, when a tenant moves in, we do an inspection with that tenant, walk through the property, and we complete a paper move-in checklist where we document any deficiencies in the property that require maintenance. And when the tenant then moves out, at the end of the lease, we do a pre-inspection, bringing back that checklist and go through each of the rooms and spaces again to document anything that's going to need to be fixed before the tenant moves out, and with a special attention on any item that the tenant might have to pay for. Therefore, they might want to have it repaired themselves before they move out rather than having it deducted from their security deposit. When the tenant moves out, finally, everything's out, we do the move out checklist, and that's where we document any deficiencies that might be deducted from the security deposit because they haven't been fixed. And normally most landlords at that point will actually take pictures to document that those things don't work or that they're broken and require repair. The first provision of AB 2801, as shown here in subsection G2, will kick in April 1st, and that requirement is that when we have an item that is going to have to be repaired, the cost of that repair will be deducted from the tenant's security deposit. We have to take a photograph of that item, and that's a photograph showing that it's broken or whatever condition it's in that requires repair. We will then have to take a second photograph showing that it actually has been repaired. And both of those photos will need to be provided along with the receipt for the work done with the deposit return statement to show that the work has been done and was justifiably deducted from the deposit. Although taking photographs before and after repair sounds pretty simple, there is a situation that is causing some concern by landlords, and that is the 21-day requirement. And if you're not familiar with it, landlords have 21 days after a tenant moves out to either return the security deposit or to provide a statement along with the new photographs as AB 2801 kicks in, and receipts for work done. Currently, if a repair is going to take over 21 days, an estimate by a reputable contractor will suffice as a receipt because they can't get the work done within the 21-day period and therefore provide a final receipt. Well, sometimes these repairs that take more than 21 days do happen. It could be that the material lead time to order the parts and have them on hand so the repair can be completed, or it's a repair that requires a particular type of contractor and they're not available for 4 weeks. Those kinds of things can happen, but the 21-day requirement is going to require that landlords do complete those repairs in 21 days so that they can take that second photograph of the item repaired. So landlords are going to have to be very diligent in their pre-inspections, the ones that take place prior to the tenant moving out, to make sure that they identify any repairs that take a little bit longer than normal so they can get that second photograph and make a legal deduction from the security deposit. The second requirement of AB 28, as shown here in subsection G1, kicks in on July 1st, 2025. And this is a requirement that landlords must take detailed condition verification photographs when the tenant moves in or just prior. And that is currently not a requirement. Most landlords will take photographs of the property to use for marketing, to advertise and get new tenants, but they don't take under the sink inside the refrigerator, a lot of photographs that capture areas or the condition of areas that are most often requiring repair when a tenant moves out. We recently did a leasing project, and for a house just under 2,000 square feet, we ended up with about 150 photographs. We've done other projects where we've gone well over 200 photographs to document every area possible of a property that the tenant could touch and cause damage. So that is going to be a requirement that to take those photographs at the start of the lease. To summarize, the two requirements of AB 2801 that kick in 2025 are: first, we must take photographs before and after an item is repaired if we intend to deduct the cost of that repair from a tenant security deposit. And the second requirement, whether we're going to deduct anything from a security deposit or not, landlords are going to be required to take detailed photographs of the property prior to tenant move-in. If you have any questions, please leave them, or comments. And I hope you'll like, subscribe, whatever. Join us again in the future, because there are many more California laws coming down the pike that could affect how you manage your rental property. And we do not give legal advice. If you have legal questions about any of these laws, we suggest you consult with a qualified real estate attorney. I'm John at Cordon Real Estate. Thanks for stopping by the channel, and we'll see you again soon.